Hi, welcome to the last part of today's lecture. We will basically looking solving the questions, practice questions. Well, at first, basically, the first question basically was following a case where non-labor market income has increased, and when non-labor market income has increased, this is the case when the you have an income effect which will decrease the labor time, but you don't have a substitution effect. So the effect is decreasing the increase in income will create a decrease in the labor time in this case. So let's go to the second question, which asks us, assume in Japan, or after an increase in overall wage level, the average number of workers hours a typical Japanese worker spent at work has decreased. What does this tell us on income and substitution effect created by the wage increase? After a wage increase, income effect will have a negative effect in the working time. Substitution effect will have a positive effect in the working time since working time of a Japanese worker has decreased. The income effect is dominant after the wage increase. How can we graphically see the substitution effect created by the wage increase isolated from the income effect? We draw a hypothetical budget line which has the same slope of the budget line after the wage increase, but intersects the utility curve which represents highest utility level our agent can get before the wage increase. Basically, I'm talking on this budget line, this one. So let's go down. Assume wage rate of Gene has fallen. XY to represent budget line of the Gene, all the budget line of Gene, this one, and XY1 represents the old new budget line of Gene. What is the income effect created by the wage decrease? What is the substitution effect created by the wage decrease? So basically, Gene's labor time has moved. This was the old one, from XB to XA. Substitution effect is from B to C, XB to XC. So XC minus XB basically, which is negative. Substitution effect will decrease labor time since wage is decreasing in this case. Income effect is XA minus XC, which is positive. Wage decrease will decrease income and increase the labor time. Assume workers in Metu spend considerable time to work in order to earn some income. Also, the long hours of students spent at work doesn't make the university happy because students don't have enough time for their studies. So the university administration ways to reduce time students spent at work. Write a policy university may use to reduce the hours students spent at work. Well, the obvious way might be providing some income, basically non-labor market income to the students. But another way might be maybe by providing some free activities, increasing the value of leisure for the students, so that the preferences of the students might change and they might value leisure more and income less, maybe. Well, in foreign countries, sometimes the universities, for example, ask for sponsors to or money in your bank account to make sure that you have some non-market income while you attend university, to make sure that the students that got into the university have this non-market income. However, you can mention some specific policies also that might lead to these two types of effect, or any effect I might have not told here, but an effect that's also connected to the models we have seen, which might have desired influence on the students, create desired incentive for the students. Draw indifference curves and budget line of John. Optimum assume the optimal labor time of optimal level of labor hours of John is positive. It could be 0, but if John would prefer not to work, but if it is positive, draw indifference curves and budget line of John. Assume non-labor market income of John has increased compared with case A. Draw a new indifference curve new graph with indifference curve, curves, new and old budget line of the individual, which is in this case John. Assume wage rate of John has increased. Income effect is dominating substitution effect compared with case A. Draw the case into the graph. That means the labor time should basically decrease. This income effect is dominant. Show new and old budget line, new and old optimum points. Show on the graph you draw, part C, the income and the substitution effects. That's very simple. This is the original budget line. This is the case when the non-labor market income has increased. Basically, in that case, labor time will fall. This is the case when wage increased, and you can see, for example, L2 minus L1 is the substitution effect. L3 minus L2 is the income effect. This is a very simple question, basically. Okay. Well, this week's discussion is on UBI, Universal Basic Income. Previously, actually, I had a discussion on the standard working time, its benefits and its problems. But I decided to put another subject, which is a popular subject, especially it was brought to the forefront in the US elections. I mean, at the point when Democrat Party, one of the two major parties in the United States, was choosing its candidate for the election, there was a famous candidate, Andrew Yang, which offered to give people sufficient level of income, money each month, so that they won't, everyone in the United States will get out of poverty. So this idea is not new, actually. It is an idea which famously is both promoted by some left-wing politicians and right-wing politicians, but also opposed by left-wing politicians and right-wing politicians. According to some ideas, actually, I mean, this type of income might promote workers to be more productive and find jobs where they are more productive, instead of desperately going to the first job they find and stay basically out of stay basically in a job where they are, which doesn't match their skills. But according to other people, that might, since they are already out of poverty, this might encourage many people to sit at their home and not work, and that might be harmful for the economic system. While, however, some right politicians are for it, because they think that universal basic income is better than the welfare system, where certain services like healthcare and education might provide it in subsidized way or freely. Instead, you can give the money to the people, and people can decide what to buy. While according to some left-wing economists, this is a bad thing, because, I mean, the state should not provide income to the people, but rather the state should make sure that certain services are available to all population. I mean, everyone should have housing, everyone should have access to healthcare, everyone should have access to education, and the prices of those things might differ from state to state or country to country, or even from different parts of the city, basically, or different people with different health conditions, different characteristics. So basically, instead of creating a certain amount of income and giving it to people and hoping that income moves them above a certain above poverty line. The basic needs, basic commodities or goods or services people need to get out of poverty should be made available or made affordable or maybe even available for free by the state, according to some left-wing politicians. So UBI doesn't do that, and it's a bad politicians and political move and a distraction, according to this view, basically. So it's a discussion. These are, of course, very, very simplistic ideas of different sides expressed in a very simplistic way. You can look to, as I said, to the videos. You can bring more. You can look to more resources, bring it to the discussion, and write your comments. I'm looking forward for your comments on this topic. So, this is the end of this week's topic. See you next week, and as always, I hope you will stay healthy.